Okay, okay. Right. Sorry. Now, it's starting to get late, so I'm going to quit with the practice about 9 o'clock, so even though it's still drums. But anyway, I don't know. Now, those songs I just did weren't even part of the songbook repertoire. anyway. But they're just nursery rhymes I heard growing up that I remember about a year. Now, again, I'm transferring it to piano. I know. And I didn't even learn to play piano until I was like 13, and even then I could only play a few songs. That's it. Mhm. Right, right. Now, what I'm trying to explain here is no matter what I do, if I marry Daphne and she had a daughter before I met her, guess what I always have when I met her? A stepdaughter now. Now, yes, like I said, my mom was more of a hippie child, Daphne. She did the me ring, you know me, the CB deal, and all that during that time a little bit, right? Now, some things she, didn't like as much. She didn't like drinking as much as the M thing, the CB deal or whatever. But again, we were more, laid back, relaxed, not really worried about nudity with taking a shower with a child, right? So I'm not thinking nothing if the child comes in there to me and I don't know what's going on and I try to help her take a shower with me. But someone else might if they're trying to record something, I don't know. and set me up with the girl. That's why that would be entrapment, because all I know is the girls in there will be alone. and I'm not going to be thinking what she going to be thinking. I'm going to be looking at it as when I was a kid and helping raise my sister and things I've learned, right? and that's what I mean about the other little girl who asked me my penis. I got in trouble for that. exactly. well, that's the point. There is a male involved, Daphne. He's going to show his penis if he took a shower with you too. Her biological dad. I mean, I'm not saying he did or didn't, but it's part of the point. Mhm. Exactly. I have a real problem too with all of this. I don't know what the hell happened. No. yeah, I have amnesia of certain events, right? And someone's harping on the stepdaughter. well, it's either you or your baby daddy. it's not me. I don't know what's going on. I don't even remember being around you and your daughter. That she was in the bedroom with you mainly. And that's what I mean about it seeming like a dream, which was what I was describing it as a dream, right? Because children don't usually wake up there sleeping. Step parents, they gotta sneak into the child's room usually. Most SVU cases, that's how it happens. Even when Oprah was talking about it, the guy who's the pedophile doesn't understand why the child cannot consent to sex sometimes. I don't care why, I just don't try to do it at all. right? Not sex. at at all. but I do, like I said, know what age appropriate behavior is for a 4 year old, right? Now, why am I doing that though? If I was to take off my underwear, shirt, or whatever, right? Or was already in my shorts and sleeping on the couch because it's still August, and she had on her t-shirt and underwear. I'm guessing still, right? Because usually that's what you wear in a hot climates. Underwear and t-shirts for a child, right? it's not rocket science, I know. now I'm guessing the rest, right? Right. Because you're acting crazy about something, but I don't know what. I don't remember this even happening, I keep telling you. But I do know how I would interact with her that could be confusing you, where I would be knowing what I'm doing, but you might not understand, right? From your perspective, if you don't realize people are taught different things about nudity now, too. They even have nudist colonies, Daphne, but still. Even in America. Now, you still can't molest a child in a nudist colony. That don't give you the right to do that. You know that, right? I know that too. But just being naked in front of a child, okay, don't mean you're molesting them either, right? Exactly. And like I told you about the Riviera, right? And the Mediterranean, even in Palma, right? They have the few women out there topless, right? And, you gotta behave yourself if you want to see a woman topless. You can't grab her boobs, you can't do something crazy. That's what I mean, too. Not even with Sheena, we had a cover on the park bench. That's what I mean, too, right? We're not doing it without cover, right? Whatever we did that day, she did. And still, I don't know what happened. Swear to God, I thought we were good unless it was the two witness thing. And you thought I was saying something else, like I'm Jesus. No. I think I'm 2,000 years after Jesus and the witness Jesus like any other witness, but the dream is tied into the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and 12 too, right? Now, there's two male childs mentioned, okay, in the prophecy. What if I'm the second child 2,000 years later? I don't know. But I'm still trying to find a wife. Oh, I can't marry if I'm the Christ? Was Moses married? We don't know about Elijah, though. He had a weird dealing with a widow woman and her son, who he raised from the dead. Now, who died in childbirth in the Bible? Rachel. Rachel. Mm-hmm. Not with Joseph, but with Benjamin. And why did she die? Mm-hmm. Something was wrong with her with Benjamin, right? But remember the idol she stole from her father? Laban, right? Well, Joseph said, whoever had them, let them die. Uh-oh. And she was pregnant. And it was her time of the month when her father was looking for the idols, and she sat on the idols, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And you cannot worship idols in Judaism. Now, I think it also might mean she might have been RH native, right? They didn't know about that back then, right? But she was prettier than Leah. She was kind of different looking. You know what I mean, right? Exactly. Like, Melissa Gilbert looks totally different than Sarah Gilbert, and you're like, well, they're sisters? For example. I know. Melissa and Sarah don't look nothing alike, you know what I mean? But they're sisters. Now, T and Tamara are only slightly different, so, like, there were some blonde twins, like, one of them was named Shane. I don't remember the other girl's name, but I remember her name, but of course it was my Shane too, but there were even twin blondes who were identical too. Mm-hmm. But then I heard Mary Kate and Ashley weren't identical twins, but were fraternal twins somehow, right? They the split image of each other. I don't know. Well, that's what the Mary were talking about earlier today. Mm-hmm. But what am I trying to do? Figure out what the fuck's going on here. With my shipmates with the crazy church trying to jerk off with his units. Okay, I wasn't taught that in any church. So they tried to sweep the counselor asking the 14-year-old boy if he wanted to feel something good, implying masturbation. And the boy needed to jump out of bed. Right. Woke everybody up. We know something's going on. I know there's something going on. I know there's something going on. I know it won't be long. It's all right. I'm trying to entertain you. I'm trying to. That's it. That's it. And I know the same dumb things you know. That's how I knew about the white gorilla, though I didn't mean George. But guess what? Our mom and pop West Side Cinema, the name of the owner was George. Dwayne. I know a Dwayne too. I know. Now Johnson needs to be something else than him. Too. But it's all coincidental. Because I saw last night how The Rock did, 30 reps of about 250 pounds. Right? The boy who played him only did 245 pounds, right? Plus the bar, that's about 200, right? The Rock did beat the record in college. But I'm not playing The Rock, I'm playing a disabled veteran who might can still bench press 255 once, right? That's still called my max weight, right? And still, the whole locker room, all right, was around him when he was doing all that. You understand? That's called a spotter for a bench press, because a bench press, unlike any other workout, can hurt you. You might decapitate yourself. That's why you don't do it alone. Right? If you do it alone, you don't do it but up to 255, maybe 260 if you're pushing it. And even then, you're going to be kind of wary of it. And you always got to be wary of any weight you lift, especially if they were trying to get me to do 400 pounds. Like, fuck that, I ain't got no body. You're full of shit, motherfucker. Mama didn't raise no fool. But you acting the fool. And you hear that all the time on the damn TV. Come on, get real. But you can't copyright a word from the dictionary. No, we can't. Otherwise, freedom of speech is out the window. Well, I can't even say the same thing as you at the same time. You know what I mean? I can't say the moon is white tonight. If you were to say it at the same time, too. Am I stealing your idea that the moon is white, or does everybody in America who knows the moon is white say the moon is white tonight? Because it can be totally eclipsed. Total eclipse of the moon. Right? Around my eyes. And see, I'm having fun by myself. I want your misery. Misery loves company. But Paul said I can come out from among you and be separate. I think I'm better off alone. Yeah, not around you. Because you act like such an asshole. I don't want to end up like you. And you are an asshole. As far as I never know, dumbass Sean. Unless you snuck in my house at night and you had to shoot me, we never did that. But if you did, I feel like the Wolverine. Because Jesus said the woman caught in the act of adultery, which you don't seem to think is his wife in Judaism. He had determined by the law of Moses if he should stone her or not. Right. Oh, yes, it was. You know why? Because like with Joseph, right, I'm married, and he was the one who could have stoned her butt publicly. Right? Now, I don't know what the private divorce meant. Right? Uh-huh. But I'm not sure if he still wasn't supposed to stone her. That's where the gray area is, right? Now, what Jesus did, though, is he used the loophole. Mm-hmm. I told you this why. Mm-hmm. Okay, when the woman was caught with an act of adultery, she was doing what? With another man. Sex. Sex. Okay, that's called fornication in the Bible. Unlawful conduct. Fucking. Okay? That's how you say it today. Means the same damn thing, idiot. Or you're hypocritical in your condemnation of the word for using fornication too. Then don't use fornication. Means the same thing. You can't even say drop if you can't say shit. You know why? Because that's in the Bible and shit ain't. But all it is a word for going to the bathroom and what comes out your body. Right? It's also a word for your stuff. Oh, I'm gonna mess with this shit today. And don't tell me you don't say that. Right. But in your head, zombie, zombie. You act like you're a brain dead fool. And can't even add 2 plus 2 to get 4. Only 8 were saved in the days of Noah. The rest of you were just playing church. You don't even know what you're lukewarm about. That's how lukewarm you are about it. Guess who knows? Guess who read into the early history of the church, including the Gnostic Gospels and what they were talking about? Guess who reread the Old Testament and found out what Ezekiel said? Guess who never showed me that? The Baptists. Never showed me that. Reagan Baptist Temple never showed me that shit, man. Did they show you that shit either? No. Did they show you the shit I'm showing you, David? Well, guess where I learned it? All from the church and the shipmates and reading the Gnostic Gospels after I got into the Navy. That's why I slept angel. I was under so much bullshit pressure, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Didn't mean to, like I said. It was just a slap. Like most, it was not planned. You know, right? It was the heat of the moment, kind of. Yeah. But that's because of the pressure I'm feeling from the shipmates, the pastor, right? And now you see someone's after me about molesting a 4-year-old stepdaughter who's in there with her mom. And what can I say, whether she came in there or not? Make up stories for you that aren't criminal? Yeah, that's all I can do. And give you hypotheticals there too. That's all, folks. That's all, folks. If I had another that's all, folks. Because see, that's all, folks, is a common phrase. Anyone can say it. Now, if you're impersonating Porky Pig, though, from Mel Blanc's character, and you're teaching people how to do it too, that's fair use. That's fair use. Yep. Yep. That's how copyright law works, by the way. I'm teaching people how to impersonate Mel Blanc. Right. My name is Shane Lee. I'm an impersonator. Right. I do voices and not really characters because I can't dress up as Michael Jackson. But I can sing like Michael Jackson. Damn, Topher Grace is looking buff today. I just saw him in a commercial and I think, I'm like, what? You look better than you did in Spider-Man. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, he was posing, top shirtless, but I was like, what? That's him. He look like he put on some bus pad. Buzz wait. Sorry. Anyway. So I'm watching ABC right now. It's just on the corner. This is where they do the drywall thing. He pulls it out. The end. But see, like I said, now here's the problem, people. Either you're a nice person, whether you're an actor, an actress, a singer, or whatever, or you're not, right? And let me tell you something. If you're putting music out there, you won't even let people sing it, they gonna buy it. Your sales are really tanking because only your hardcore fan buys from you, and see, they look at it differently. It's not the people who are buying who has a problem with it. It's probably those who don't buy. Now, those who are buying are keeping you stars. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. But those who aren't buying would probably buy if you would let them sing your song, you think? Mm-hmm. Too. The problem isn't the song. The problem is they gotta get special permission to sing the song. You don't even know how to get that. See, you gotta really set that system up so people can use the song, right? Even though you copyrighted it. Or it's fraudulent too, right? Plus, fair use, I don't need your permission with copyright law. If I'm doing it under educational, guess which I'm teaching you now. Music. Guess what your edited songs are? Music. Edited to a good piece, right? Zombie, hey, hey. Sorry, Perfect 3 was on that too. Bitch Perfect 3. And what's her name did Zombie. I forgot her name. She's the girl from Batman, but she on Batman. What did y'all do to her? She was also in the 2 John Wick, and 2. Now they got a black Bat girl, a Batwoman. I don't care. I mean, I'm just wondering what happened to the other actress who was playing. They had to kill her off. You know what I mean? Now you're gone, maybe we'll replace you with another actress. But that's what I mean. Oh, and on the chalkboard for the progressive, that's Q Eno. Whatever you mean by it. Q Eno. Right. Because they're trying to pronounce the word on the board and saying anything but. But it's Chewy now. Even if it's not a word. Even if it's not a word. It's like quilt. Q. Quino. Quino. Quilt. It's almost like saying Kino. But that's Kino. Right? But Quino. If you're wondering how to say it, though. But see, a fantasy is not reached Okay, by me just thinking it alone. Say I saw a nice looking, fine African girl getting food today when I was at the mall. I still tell you why you gotta talk to me if I'm disabled first, right? If you don't talk to me, I can't talk to you. And I won't. Because you're testing me, it seems. And I'm not testing you. And I'm not testing you. I'm telling the truth. So I just sit there and what? Behave. Because what's going to happen, right? Okay? I'm almost done with the meal anyway. She ordered something and eats it or whatever she was doing. She goes to put it in the trash, alright, and kind of bends down a little bit, but I look her in the eye, too. Because she's not just a beautiful woman, she's also someone with feelings and emotions, right? Though I find her sexually attractive, I don't say nothing. Though, like I said, there's about, even the girl behind the counter I find attractive, but I don't mess with her because she's not the perfect girl like the dream. But like I said, I also don't know if she's even interested in me or not. It don't matter, right? If someone's not interested in you or not, right? If you have a dream of it, it kind of looks like an Asian woman, right? The dream don't identify, like I told you before, the race of the person, right? I dreamed of, right? Either. It can match an American Indian or a Vietnamese girl. But I don't know. Right. Anyway. But see, I can't not talk about my ex-wife if you keep bringing up the stepdaughter. See, I married her. I was trying to, see if it could work out for the rest of our lives. But when she left me and stranded in Tennessee, I figured she just wanted her daughter. And it had nothing to do with me. I just need to move back to base and get her face. If you're that mad for me driving through the mountains and you're totally irrational, I'm going to be afraid of you. And no, I'm not going to touch your daughter sexually. At all. Now, in my crazy family, like I said, if you don't understand it, again, I remember taking showers with my mom around the same age as Amanda, so I might look at that a little differently than you. But it ain't gonna be sexual. It ain't gonna be sexual either. No. But that's why I use the masturbation in the book, right? In the dream part of it, right? Right. Okay, whether you got a video or not, that's illegal, by the way. If I'm undressing her to help her go to the bathroom and I'm thinking she wants a shower with me, that's going to be different than a sex tape anyway. I know it is. It's the content. I even seen a movie with a naked 8 or 9-year-old girl standing by a river coming from a bath with a boy or something too, right? Because they were bathing in the river. It's the point to everything. Um, I don't look at nudity the same way you do. Nudity to me don't equal sex. They're two different things. Well, even you didn't seem to mind, like I said. If you, when I got Jonathan one time, you said you didn't have to wear a shirt. Well, that depends, right? You know what I mean, right? On how late it is when people see you, right? It's not that I would be offended by it, right? Myself, it's just when I got him, it would be after work, and that's why you wear a shirt. Not because it would bother me or not, but because other people can see you topless if you let me come and get Jonathan and you go have a shirt on. Right? Right. But it wouldn't have mattered. No, I would just got Jonathan left. Now, same with Mary Bell. One time she came by and I was fully clothed and wanted her to stay, but she didn't stay. But I also asked her later on, well, if I had shown up to the door naked, would you have stayed? But see, with her, it was something different, right? Than with Daphne, right? And it would be something different if Amanda came in there in the middle of the night or not, right? And I wouldn't know what's really going on. Right? Anyway, I'm half asleep. I'm thinking she's supposed to be in there with her mom anyway, and then I gotta figure out what she's doing in there with me. Depending on where she's at. But the problem with amnesia, honey, whether from a wreck or a fall, is you can't prove the person has it or not, right? That's another problem. Nor can you record me without my permission in the living room, which is my private area, not yours. And see, if you and the daughter are in there in the bedroom, and I can't violate that space. I can't even open the door, right, to see if you and Amanda are awake or asleep in the middle of the night, right? And I would never do that around you. Even when I stayed over at John's mother's house, I stayed on the couch, right? And I don't think no one came down to mess with me in the middle of the night either, right? You don't normally do that, right? You see what I mean? Either. I don't sneak up there to them because I don't know where they sleep up there. Nor do they sneak down there to me because they all could have fucked me that night. Whatever. But I don't remember that happening. I went to sleep. I know. And stayed on the couch all night. Yep. Right. And up till Thursday, I couldn't have meet her anyway. She was with her dad. Right. Well, that's what I mean. Another thing is, whoever's saying this is buying both possible stories, right? But there's one man who can coach her to say Grandma Daphne. His name ain't Shane. His name ain't Shane. And he didn't have a woman with him who could play you. Uh-oh. Did he like me even being around there for a day or two? You would know that. I wouldn't know that. Mm-hmm. I don't even know Sal that well. Mm-hmm. I never met the man, actually. Or the girlfriend, or wife, or fiance, or whatever she was. And don't know nothing about it. Don't know nothing about it. But I do know from Airplane, she would have to see a grown man naked. Uh-huh. And I can make that part up in the story, Daphne, if I told you something different happened that night, right? And you have the video proof it didn't. That's what I mean too, right? So you would have to produce a video if you're trying to prove something did or didn't happen, right? But there's other issues there, right? If you have a video, right? First thing is, I have to let you take it, right? Knowingly. Right? Well, guess what? That's illegal. You can't illegally record me, nor if I'm trying to do something that's not sexual with her, make it something sexual. Mm-hmm. Right. Without asking me certain questions about it, right? If I'd never seen it either. Exactly. Is she worried I can explain it away? So he keeps asking you. You can. Without even seeing it, huh? Yeah. Without even seeing it. Because she did so without me or her daughter's permission. Without us knowing we were being set up even, right? Which is what she's doing. She's trying to bait me with her daughter to have sex with her, and I didn't, did I? No. No. Or touch her sexually, but I didn't. No. 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 I might have smelled her. And unfortunately, with a girl child, you gotta smell what area of the crotch? The crotch itself. Mm-hmm. You hear that, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not sure why they didn't go into the bathroom area, which has a changing area for the child, right? Unless it's all messed up, which I understand that then, but I'm kind of wondering what the hell they're doing in front of me. I'm sitting there because my butt's hurting, my ankle's hurting. I'm in pain. So I'm not just looking at them the whole time either. I look around, of course, right? And try to ignore them a little bit, but then you kind of look periodically, but not obsessively, right? I was also looking at the people walking down the mall. I mean, the side area, right? There was this girl with bright orange hair. And she was cute, but like I said. Well, that's what I'm trying to make sure ain't happening. You know, seeing the mouse at night, right? I don't know. Right. But it's also preventing me from moving on from, Molly, right? And like I said, right? What happened at the salon, they don't want me to know. Something happened at the salon, they don't want you to know. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh, Now, he can't go over there and have sex with a 15-year-old girl. And the one who did my nails said she was 37. Because he can't do the job until she's 16 anyway. Even if he's trying to train her, he has to use one of the other women to actually do the nail job and her observe only, and then I would know something was off, right? But she did my nails, and started with the feet. So I'm thinking she's 16, right? And she didn't correct me. Uh huh. Either. And I ain't been with no one since Molly, right? I keep saying that too, unless you're sneaking in my house at night and they're shooting me after you leave. And see, they can do that like a sniper. I know that. I just wake up with no memory of being with you. Because Jesus can heal us like the Wolverine if you believe he can. Why can't he? You don't believe? Whole point to what faith is. But the lepers were cleansed, right? Leprosy is something you're either cleansed of or you're not. Damn. You can't even play with leprosy. And that's why he told them to go to the priest too and offer the offering that Moses said, which was a couple of turtle doves or something, right? Said in your Bible too. It's also in there that you can do something before evening by yourself. And even if it gets on your skin or garment, just wash, dumbass. And let's talk about your seat of copulation or whatever, but it still means the same thing in English. Your semen, if it comes out your body and you're by yourself and it gets on your skin or garment, before evening. Wash, and you're just unclean till evening. Figure out what it means. If you can't, you don't want to know. And are letting people confuse you about masturbation, whether you can do it or not. Right. It don't say you can't by yourself. Don't. At all. But it does say, okay, you can only do it by yourself or with a woman. It says that too. You got to read the context of what Moses is talking about there. And it's not going to use the word masturbation in the ancient Hebrew language. It's not a word we use. But he is describing an act where your semen is getting on your skin or garment. And how else could that happen? Is he talking about a wet dream in the afternoon? Are you skyrocketing like boom boom afternoon delight? Right? And he says if it gets on your skin or garment, wash, and you're just unclean eating. I do. What does that sound like the man's doing? Masturbating before you, right? But the crazy Christians are talking about their members, all that, and saying that means you can't masturbate. No, this is kind of direct with that one. More than you thought. More than you want to admit. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Because he talks about it only two ways. With yourself alone. Before evening still. Listen to the context of what he's saying. Or with a woman. When you ejaculate inside of her. Using medical terms now that he didn't have back then. Dumbass, right? I know. But you act like children embarrassed that they're sexually made. You get the point? Who's embarrassing us? The devil or God? Devil. The devil made you embarrassed over sex by making it an evil joke. An evil thing to do. And getting you to judge it as evil. And condemn yourself for making love to a woman or a man or whatever you want to do. Boom. There goes the boom. Now, I ain't saying to the gay people, okay, you can't be gay, because Moses said it's an abomination for two men to do that. Okay. Are you Jewish? By the way? No, me neither. Now, ask me how I feel about that, though. I'm not gay. I don't want sex with men. But if you want to do it, okay, you and your partner want to do it. Hey, I don't condemn you. I forgive you. Praise the Lord. Do it all you want. I don't care. I want me a woman die. Now, I was taught it's a woman unless it's like Solomon or something. Or Wilt Chamberlain, he had 10,000 women. I know. And I don't judge him. I'm not envious of him, even though I was only with 17 that I know of myself. Which is kind of strange there. But see, you're not listening. Okay, person. If someone is around me, and either we're talking about sex or we're doing sex, I don't know which, and I don't remember something, someone calls me amnesia after you left. Somehow. Now, the only ones who would know that are the people in the store, right? Why I blacked out. And guess who controls that whole store? The owner. The owner, the person whose name is on the lease, right? Though it's still a place of business, right? But he's the owner. Alright. Also acting weird the second time, like I'm trying to fuck all the Asian women around. When I'm trying to find a wife like any other normal male, and I dreamed of an Asian woman. Native American is Asian from Russia. And the land bridge between Alaska and Russia. They look Indian too, don't they? I mean, Asian too, don't they? Well, they were at one point in the Earth's history before they came down here. Now, they had to do it around the time of Jesus too, to be well established. Now, Mormons are thinking Jesus came over here as Quetzalcoatl or something. I don't know. And even warned them about the Spanish Inquisition and all that shit. I don't know. And that they would come over here to defeat the Incans and all that, right? What I heard. But see, I am a worm and no man. Serpent? Anyone? What did Jesus say about the bronze serpent lifted up in the wilderness? If I be lifted up, and you look upon me, you will be saved. You will be saved. But as Moses lifted up the serpent, so must the Son of Man. But he's also one like unto the Son of Man. When John is describing Revelations. Because they didn't see him naked until he was on the cross, retard. And guess who was the only male among the women to see him naked? John. Guess why King James used paps? Old English word for female breast, by the way. And you can convert it to boobs, even. Stephen. Right. Because the word in Greek is mastos. How do you say it? Tuus? No. From the Hebrew mastuos, which is Tous, right? And mastui, which is mastoi, is used to Luke when the woman says, "Blessed are the paps which you have sucked." So there's a secret there. Mm-hmm. Revelations is showing you a secret you don't know about Jesus. From the opening of the first chapter. And you can't handle the truth. So he can't change the truth, and he don't. He can't. But you've been lied to it by men in Constantine for 1,700 damn years and buying the lie. You like the idea that Christ is a man on the cross and died for the sins of the men, right? And all you got to do is repent or be forgiven. And as many times as you want to sin, you can sin. I know. Though that's true, I know. That ain't why Christ died, right? Christ also died so you could learn the truth about him and that he was more than man, right? Even they were wondering, what manner of man is this? And all the these miracles are happening around him, right? But even he himself said, why in the spirit did David call him Lord, right? How is he then his son, right? He wasn't born of a woman who knew a man. Well, there's only one other being that is not a man or a woman. Hermaphrodite. Guess what? They're real. And someone don't want you to know about it. Constantine, maybe? The Catholics, the Romans, right? The medical doctors, because that would prove Genesis 6 and Satan had sex with Adam and Eve. Right? It would prove it. Because angels, too, are formed asexually as adults, right? Now, after they are formed, guess what I think? They can also divide into male and female like Adam and Eve did before the fall. See, you can get a male angel after they come to the earth and divide into two, right? And of course, God can provide them with clothing or whatever they need, right? But they're one from heaven, right? Two in the earth because they got to become male and female. Mm-hmm. They can morph like Jesus, and idiot. Except he was all three, and androgynous male and female. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing they don't understand. There are three forms, not two. No, two. The androgynous is the third form. The hermaphrodite is the third form. The intersex is the third form of God, right? And it's more closer if you're an adult made by God, you're formed asexually as an adult. Mm-hmm. That's why the female is in you at first, right? Because it's neither a man nor a woman. But how did the spirit make the matter? In the universe, we call it the Big Bang, right? Did God Big Bang himself? And now all the matter? But God is a male. A male cannot produce matter without a female consort, right? That's why Paul says, who is our mother? The New Jerusalem. The Jerusalem in heaven is free and the mother of salt. Mm-hmm. And I remember watching the movie that Mr. Martin got us, having to do with a man trying to get into heaven. But heaven was Jerusalem in the heavens, right? Now this was before they got more serious about, religion in the schools, but again, right? I'm trying to explain that too, right? Now, you can offer the Bible, though, as a course, right? In any public or private school, right? Because it's a religious book, but you can also teach the Quran. You can also teach the Buddha manuscripts. You can also teach, right? See, the truth is out there, but you don't want to deal with everything the truth is trying to tell you. That's a problem, too. And like I said, right? When you're making up hypotheticals, right? There's two parts, right? Amanda is not supposed to be around me, right? At all. I know. Nor Daphne. I haven't seen her since she was 4. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Daphne since I last picked up Jonathan to take him over to my apartment for a night and brought him back the following day. Or following evening, I think. Right? Following morning. Right? So she could take him to, or I had him the weekend, right? A Saturday, I think, right? And brought him back Sunday morning, right? Something like that. A couple times. Mary Bell saw John, right? But me and Mary Bell are making love till I got fed up with her just making love to me. Yeah. But that makes her to wife. Not my wife, but to wife. Even if I got her pregnant, I'm just her baby daddy. If I didn't, I don't know. I'm just saying the birth weight is close to the last time we were together. That's all I can tell her, right? But I'm cool with it if you're cool with it. If you don't want to know, I don't want to know. Okay? I'm not trying to force it. But birth weights don't usually lie that much. And I think the problem is you want a blonde with blue eyes. The guy has sex with you, you get pregnant right away, but the baby is over 4 pounds when he's born less than 6 months later, right? That ain't his child. They can't grow that fast. Not even with superhuman growth hormone. Right. Sorry. But then it's like she's trying to punish me because I warned her about all that. Well, like I said, until you called me, I didn't even have a clue. But the warning ain't because I knew. The Spirit was warning us both, right? But neither one of us listened, right? It is the point. It is the point. I'm not trying to get you back. I'm not trying to ruin your marriage. I'm not trying to break you up. Exactly. And again, I'm trying to pray for you and explain it to you and deal with it right. Because if you're dealing with it wrong, and everyone's telling you he changed son, he changed son, he changed son, including James, he's not son. The question is, how are you breaking it to Patrick, if at all? Right? And what can I do about it by now? I can't pay child support for a child I couldn't do nothing about, but put him on a disability like with Daphne, right? You still got to check every month. But it is what I mean. So I'm not offering you that as child support payments if you get pregnant by me and I don't even know I'm with you. But you could do that. Right. That ain't right either. That's you taking advantage of my disability and the government. Exactly. Even though I'm joking about it with Mary Bell, you don't really try to get pregnant by me. They'd be like, I don't even know. Right? Call your boyfriend or something. And have him beat me up. That's crazy too, right? But I can behave in public perfectly. And especially if I got amnesia, don't even know I was with you. Now, like I said, if I can make love with Mary Bell 30 minutes to an hour, a couple times a night, right? And with Rose 7 times a night, and we make love from a duration of 20 to 30 minutes each time, right? I'm the Energizer Bunny times 7. But you don't really do that. Because then you're doing that. Right, Urkel? Not me asking you to really do that. You can't do that. No. But you can, right? You know what I mean? In the abstract, you can. Do anything, right or wrong, right or wrong. But it's wrong, right? When I'm looking at you and I don't even know who you are and I'm getting a sexual vibe from you like anyone else, right? I mean, it's not stronger or weaker. And I know beautiful, black and white, and Asian and Caucasian, right? Like I said, Ashley's pretty. Even Deanna, she's pretty, right? And like I said, I don't know either one. And the thing is, though, if Deanna comes to my house, right, or Ashley herself, right, this is supposed to be hypothetical. Yeah. But I never touched Christabel. Not during the day. Not during the day. And even with, I forgot her name by now, the Filipino woman who wanted to bring one of her daughters or someone she knew to help her out over from the Philippines. Well, I don't know how to do that. And then you get someone else to do it while she's here. You want me to bring her over here and pay for it all? I don't got that kind of money. I never said I did, right? Well, what? The bride tried to fuck me because I had dated Mary Bell, and she didn't like the groom suddenly. I don't recall that happening either, but there again, she's the bride. I don't expect the bride to try to have sex with me on the wedding night when they period. But I don't even know why she would want to talk to me because she was there to marry him. Right? I don't even hearing anything but a brief conversation about, trying to get a girl from the Philippines, right? With her maybe to uh, but nothing sexual happened in the church. Mhm. And I don't remember telling her anything I did with Mary Bone in detail, like, you know, having sex in the bathroom a couple times in the shower. Right. But I did. But I wouldn't bring it up to her on the wedding day. I know you wouldn't. Right. And though she's just as pretty as any Filipino girl and would work kind of technically, she's married another man, right? But again, I was trying to tell them what I learned about Gnosticism. Was trying to blow his mind about it. Yeah. But I don't know nothing about the girl. But she would have to lock us both in the bathroom. I don't remember that part. You don't remember that part? Nope. And we would have to have sex in the bathroom or something. But I'm making it up because that wouldn't normally happen at a wedding where the girl's happy, right? And wants to marry the guy. Unless, again, he's again the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type. That's what I would be warning Christabel about. See, men in America are so jealous of marriage and women. They're like the guys sleeping with the enemy. I don't know. And that's